Hey you, how are all of my beautiful planty people doing today? I hope you are great. I am doing well. So today's video, we are going to be doing some rearranging in my rare plant terrarium. When I did my Millsbo cabinet, if you saw that video, I took some of the plants that I had in the Millsbo, no, in the terrarium out to put in the Millsbo. They were just getting a little bit big in there. The root systems were getting really, really chunky, and I didn't want a whole lot of stuff kind of like tying up underneath the substrate. So what I thought I would do, I want to downsize my Hoya collection. I'm not like, I don't think this is like news to anyone, but I'm not like a super like Hoya head. I love my big leaved phyllos, anthuriums, monsteras. I love my aeroids. But there are a few Hoyas that I really do like and I really would like to keep. Now, the Hoyas that I have put in the rare plant, we just call it the rare plant terrarium, okay? That's what it's called. That's its name. So don't come for me, okay? Anyway, so a few of the Hoyas that I've put in there are absolutely thriving. Like they're doing so well. So in my little blonde brain, I was like, maybe I can put some more in there and then they'll do well too. Because I know there's a lot of Hoyas, the majority of them like that extra humidity. So currently in there, I'm looking here because it's like sitting right beside me and I have to like get the visual while I'm, you know. Anyway, so my Hoya Walliniana is in there and it is insane. It actually ended up growing up through the grate on the top of the terrarium, and it was growing between the grate and the glass. And I had no other choice but to pull it back through. Actually, that's not necessarily true. I could have cut it off and propagated it, but as I pulled it out, that's when I thought of that. And at that point, it was too late. Anywho, what I'm trying to say is it's growing like absolute crazy. I have the the Lacanosa Super Silver in there, and it has grown insane. All of the aerial roots are growing down, and it kind of looks like a mangrove-esque. It's really, really cool. But that plant is doing exponentially better than it did when I had it just out in my household humidity. I also have this beautiful variegated Hoya acuta. I think there's a new name for it, which I never remember. Sorry, Paula. Anyway, it's doing really well in there. It's grown a couple new leaves. I got it from Plant Haven, Toronto, who has some of the best Hoyas around. So I got that one. And then I also recently just tossed a cutting of variegated Hoya Bella in there that's doing really well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of the other aeroids out that I do have in there. And then we're going to go ahead and just plant it up with the Hoyas that I would like to keep. I think those will work better in that terrarium, and mainly because Hoya root systems don't get like super crazy. So there's not as much worry of them getting all, you know, root entwined, etc. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to do today. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's going to look really, really cool. So for those of you who are new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Nicki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for my lovely, wonderful, supportive, fabulous, what other words can I use? Magnificent GFPs, my gluttons for punishment, who keep coming back for more. Thank you guys so much. It is amazing to see you as always. Okay. Without further ado, let's go ahead and just get to it because it's going to be interesting and I'm going to change my mind 3,000 times. So let's stop procrastinating. Okay, guys. Hi. So first of all, I just want to say that I recorded the first half of the video without my mic plugged in. So we're going to do a voiceover. I'm going to try to remember as best I can what I was saying. So here, basically, I'm explaining that I have all of these Hoyas. They haven't been taken a very good care. I haven't taken very good care of them as of lately, and that's a problem. I feel bad about that. And the reason for that, and I know I'm gonna have, you know, I don't know what I was looking at over there. Oh, I was explaining how I like my big leafy aroids. Anyway, the reason for this is that I'm just not as into Hoyas anymore. I think I kind of in the back of my head never really was like a super Hoya head. I mean, I'm sure that's not a surprise to anyone, but what I want to do here is I want to take all of these Hoya off the shelf. I want to clean them up. I know there's some mealybugs on some of them, and I just want to get all of them situated, decide which ones I want and which ones I'm going to move into this terrarium. That was a nice transition. That was smooth. Okay, anyway, so I have a couple Hoyas that I put in here and they are doing amazingly well. So the first one up here, oh, Nikki, you're getting good at this voiceover thing, is the Hoya Welliana, and then down there where I'm pointing now is the Hoya Lacanosa Super Silver. They are both rocking, as I explained in the introduction. Anyway, the Hoya Welliana was growing all the way up into the top there. The leaves are just getting nice and big and red, and it's really just absolutely doing amazingly well. The same thing with that Hoya Lacanosa. Oh, I was pointing out the big leaves. So the Hoya Lacanosa is getting really big as well, and you can see there in this shot where all the roots are growing down. It kind of looks like that, you know, sort of jungly or mangrovey sort of situation, and I just love how that looks. So what I want to do is take some of the Hoyas that I have on the shelf, or at least a couple of them, and put them in here. And there are a few in here. Oh, there's the variegated Hoya Acuta and the Hoya Bella. And then I think I'm just explaining here how I want to take some of the aroids out. The Ring of Fire right there is just getting too big, and that's going to get big quickly. And probably the Philodendron Splendid, which I'm pointing to now, is going to come out of there as well. Possibly that Silver Dragon. I have to fix that Burl Marks Fantasy. There's a lot of little tweaks that I need to do in there. And since I took a bunch of plants out of here to put into my short Millsbow cabinet that I did about a month ago, it just kind of looks a little raggedy, with the exception of the back. The back still looks really great. But I just have some, like, you know, moving around in here to do. And the other thing that I was struggling with is when I took those bigger aroids out, I had a couple anthurium in there, and the roots were just getting too big and too bound underneath there, and I didn't want to have this situation where I had all these entangled roots. Not going to be good for the plant, and it's going to be really difficult the further on I let that get when I try to take things out. So that's what we're trying to avoid at this point. Now with Hoyas in here, Hoyas have shorter, smaller root systems, so I'm hoping not to encounter those kinds of problems when I move the Hoyas over into this terrarium. Oh, that was a lot. So anyway, that's the plan for today. Although I will tell you, spoiler alert, this ended up being a little bit bigger of a project than I anticipated. I didn't get to doing the terrarium in this video. So in this video, we're basically going to be taking all of the Hoyas off this shelf. We're going to get them cleaned up. We're going to go through them, pick out which ones I want to keep, which ones I don't want to keep, which ones I want to put into the terrarium, and kind of what I want to do to sort of consolidate everything and just get everything looking a little bit better. I just feel really badly that I've been neglecting these for so long. And you know, some of them are doing really well. I have this, well, not that one. Okay, or that one. Nikki, let's move on to better things, okay? Anyway, look over here, nothing to see over there. Anyway, I have a Hoya Rangsan that I'm going to show you here in a second, and it's blooming. It's got 3 peduncles, which is crazy. 2 of them look like they're actually going to make it. If I can get you in there to actually show you. So there's the big peduncle, obviously. You can see that in the front there. There's one directly behind it, and I think I look up and over here. Come on, Nikki. I wonder what I was saying here. There's the other one behind there. Focus. Okay. There's another one you can see off to the right here. And then there's a teeny tiny one right at the top, which is probably, yeah, you can't see that. Anyway, there's another one there. You'll have to trust me. Anyway, really excited about that plant in particular, flowering. This is the first time that Hoya has flowered. I don't know what the flowers look like. Ooh, you know what I'll do? I'll Google a picture of a Hoya rang sandflower and I'll put it in here and we'll both be surprised. Anyway, the leaves are beautiful. They're long, they're, you know, splotchy. I love them. They look fantastic. One of my absolute favorite Hoyas, and it just makes it better that it's blooming. Okay. Oh, and my Hoya Bella. It's bloom season for the Hoya Bella. So that's probably going to start just putting them off one after another. Anyway, that's basically that. I just need to clean up the shelf, get the Hoya situation under control, because it's not under control currently. And I feel badly about it. And I'm sorry, all you Hoya lovers, please don't come for me. I'm sorry. I just can't do it all. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny saxophone. Okay, and here they all are. We got them all sitting out. This is all of my Hoyas. Some are definitely looking better than others. So basically what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just go ahead and give them a watering. So I'm going to use my absolutely favorite plant product. It's not even a plant product. It's that little rollout kitchen sink drain thing for doing the dishes, you know, the rack that rolls. Anyway, if you've been here, you've seen it. You'll see it in a minute. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and set that up. I'm going to give them all a water. I'm going to go ahead and give them all a fertilizing because it's been a bit. I would like to say that I do this every month, but I would be lying. I probably do a spray fertilizer once every 3 months. But when I do water them, they do get watered with, I always forget what it's called. Loading, liquid dirt. So they're always getting liquid dirt and before that, whatever fertilizer I was using previous to. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the sink. We'll get these watered. We'll get these all sprayed. And then we'll go ahead and start making decisions. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. Okay, so it just dawned on me that my microphone has conveniently been unplugged the entire time that I have been filming. So fortunately, a lot of like the watering and etc. was me not talking anyway, but the entire intro, as I'm sure you've already realized, I'm gonna have to voice over. So here's where we're at. I have gone through and watered everything and sprayed it all down with my orchid spray, which I usually do. I would like to say I do it once a month, but I would be lying. So I probably do it once every 3 months. I would say that's probably more of an accurate statement. So now we kind of have to go through and pick A, what we want to keep, B, what we want to keep out on shelves, and C, what we would like to put into the terrarium. So Obviously we can't put anything super huge that's gonna trail a lot. So this Bella, I definitely know that I want to keep. It's really cute. I want to take off a couple of these yellow leaves though. Let's just snap those off. We'll get her nice and cleaned up. Yellow. This happens sometimes. If it does to you, don't stress. Okay, so there she is. She's looking really good. So let's put her back in her cute little pot here. Dump that. There we go. And then we'll set her aside. Okay, we have this Hoya viola. I definitely want to keep this. I love this plant so much. I just love the big, chunky, veiny leaves. It's a good grower, and it's just the type of Hoya that I really like. So we definitely want to keep this one. So let's find her little tray. Here we go. This Hoya Australis Lisa, I don't think I'm gonna keep her. She has been struggling a bit lately. Her leaves are getting wrinkly. Now, I know this is probably my fault, or you know what, maybe what I can do is just take a cutting from the top here and then sell, or not even sell, give away if anybody wants to try to bring this back or use it to cut into nodes or whatever. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's give her a little snip and we'll just keep the little top here. You know what? I'm gonna cut it right there. There. So I'll just keep that little bit. And then we'll set her there. This part, you know, I'll just see if anybody wants it. If nobody wants to try to, you know, save this bottom half, then I guess I'll just put her in the garbage, although I really hate to do that. So if you're watching and live around me, let me know. This Hoya obovata, okay, first of all, I'm going to get rid of this icky leaf. There we go. This Hoya obovata, I really do like, but I think, oh, hello, mealies. Okay, well, let's see if I can get you in to see what I'm looking at here. Let me hold it right there. Let's see if I can get you zoomed in. Yoink. Do you see those? Right on the tip there? Right there. That's delicious and really disgusting. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a Q-tip. I don't have any rubbing alcohol, but just dipping it in some of my spray solution or soap is fine. It works just fine. So I'm gonna go grab a Q-tip and let's deal with that. And then the rest of it. Oh man, I see some more ick. Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, I have my handy dandy pest spray. So that's what we're gonna use. And I'm just gonna spray it on my Q-tip here. And we're gonna try to get those little grossies off. Oh, see, they just fell off. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? There you are. You can die. We'll put it over there. Okay, there's one. See if I can get to the other one. There we go. Oh, they just fall off. That's great. Makes my job easier. Okay, and we'll just... The problem with mealybugs is that a lot of them, like the only ones that you can really see well are the adults. What the problem tends to be and why people, including myself, have difficulty getting rid of mealybugs is because of all the really tiny ones that you can't see. So that becomes a problem. So you really have to like treat the entire plant. And I'm looking here to see if I see any more. Let me back you out just a hair. Yep. We're awfully backlit here, aren't we? Sorry about that, guys. But I'm just kind of looking, flipping leaves. They like to hang out in the joints, anywhere where there's a joint. So where the petiole meets the stem, or where the leaf meets the petiole, that sort of situation. And surprisingly, I don't think I see any other mealybugs. So that's a bonus. Nope. Oh, there's a little one right there. Got you. Okay. So I know now that this is one that I'm going to have to keep an eye on. But is that one there? That might have been one down there. Okay, and what I'm also going to do is throw this in the garbage. Here are the two. Let me see if I can get you in to see these. These are gross little buggers. For anybody who hasn't seen what a mealybug looks like, I'm going to try to get you in here. There they are, right there. You see them? Aren't they gross? Those are good size ones too. So they're gonna go away now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is sit this in here. I'm also gonna spray these ones because they were sitting right beside it. Let's move this over. Oh gosh. I've also found that this particular concoction, this spray that I'm using, has been really effective on everything. Spider mites, thrips, mealybugs. It's been great. So all this is, I bought these amber bottles off Amazon. I love them. They're really cute, and rather than have all the ugly bottles and stuff sitting everywhere, I use these and then just use my labeler to mark what they are. Anyway, I digress. So in here is water, the peppermint Myers dish soap, because bugs, most insects and pests and stuff like that hate the smell of peppermint, including like mice and rats, etc. So I like to use that as much as possible. So that Myers one's really great, and that's the one I use. So soap, water, and let me show you this Safer's insecticidal soap. So this helps with all kinds of stuff: spider mites, thrips, whitefly, mealy, etc., etc., etc. So that is my little concoction, and I don't really measure things out. I put usually about 2 or 3 squirts of my dish soap, probably like a good squirt or a good capful of the insecticidal soap, and then the rest is just water. But it has worked great for everything that I've used it on. So, you know, you find what works and you just stick with that, basically. And then I'm not constantly dousing all of my plants in like harmful chemicals and stuff like that. So when you're treating your leaves, you want to make sure that you get in all, especially mealybugs, well, everything really. You want to make sure that you get everywhere. So the tops and the bottom of the leaves, in all the nooks and crannies and crooks and crevices of the plant, and its stems and petioles. And I always really give the top of the soil a really good spray as well. Then we'll just set it there to drip. We'll give this one a spray. I don't see any on this, but you know, you never know. Okay, so that's done. Anyway, where were we? So that one's taken care of, and that one we've decided that we are going to get rid of. This one I'm going to keep, but what I would like to do is I have a couple cuttings in my greenhouse, and I see these big, beautiful obavatas, and people have them like trailing out of pots and these big, beautiful leaves. And I'm just like, I want that for me. So what I think I'm going to do, not today, but in another video, I'm going to keep this and I'm going to put it in a more sturdy pot, number one. And then I'm going to put those cuttings in it as well. And I want to put it in a place where it can trail and get these big traily, big round, beautiful leaves. So long and all of that to say that I'm keeping this one. Okay, next, set you aside. So this is my Hoya Calistophylla. I really like these. I love these leaves. I love the veins on them, etc., etc. Now I have a couple other ones. Wait, no, I think the other ones are Finlaysonii. Hold on. Yeah, these are Finlaysonii. But you know what? Okay, so Finlaysonii. I like these three plants. I like the color, the shape, the veins. It's just cool and different. Do I need 3 pots? No. So I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to pot them all together and let them live as a cohesive unit. They don't tend to grow very fast for me, and I'm sure that's my lack of caring for them. But I'm just going to give them a quick check. I know that some of my Hoyas on the one end of that shelf did have mealybug, and I don't really want to like let that slide if I can help it, because it can get out of hand real quick, and I hate mealybugs. It's probably my worst, the pest that I hate the most. Okay, so these are keepers. This is not going to go well. I'm going to end up keeping most of them. Oh my God. Okay, but we're going to consolidate, right? So we're creating more space. I'm going to talk myself into one or the other here. All right, so let me put these guys back on their little, I don't even know what container this one was sitting on. That'll do. All right, so they're over here in the keep pile. All right, now, this guy who I don't remember the name of, I never do. I always have to message Paula and it's a whole thing. Anyway, this one I like as well. So this one might be one for the cabinet. The size is good, cabinet wise. It's a really good grower. It's quick, it's easy, it doesn't have any pests, which is always a bonus. So I think we're going to keep this one, and this one is going to go in a cabinet. So let's set the cabinet plants over. Oh, these we have to deal with. I'm going to set that in there. So the cabinet plants are going to go over here. Okay. This one I love, so it's not going anywhere. This is my Hoya icensis. I got it about 1.5 years ago. From Crystal Star Nursery. I love it. It definitely needs a good leaf clean. It does not have any pests. It did actually have thrips at one point, but I think we dealt with that. We got rid of them. I don't see anything, which is great. And it has grown this big, long stem. It's tried to peduncle a couple times with no success. But it's doing quite well. But here's the thing. This is inconvenient. Oh my God, for me. Case in point. So I think what I might do with it, again in the next video, is go ahead and cut it. So I'll probably cut it like right about, let me see if you can even see this. Yep, right about here. And then this can be its own plant. We can probably pot a lot of them back into the same pot. And then maybe I'll cut here between these two leaves. Oh, there's a peduncle. Do you see that? Probably nothing will come of it, but in any case. And then we'll put them back into the same pot and we can have a bigger, fuller plant. This plant I really like. If you've been around a while, you know that I like the big leafed Hoyas, and that kind of is what does it for me. This I love. It's got these huge, like, paddle-like leaves, and it has this really pretty, almost like an outline on the edges that's kind of like a purpley red color. Really, really pretty Hoya. So that one is also a keeper. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me grab the rest of them off the table here, and we'll keep going, although I think I see how this is gonna end. Okay, next. So the next one I think is probably a no-brainer. So this is my Hoya Rangsan with its cute little blooms here. I know it's kind of dark. I'm going to try to lighten it in editing. Hopefully that works. With all its beautiful peduncles. So this one is definitely a keeper. It's doing really well. It's growing lots of leaves, obviously lots of flowers. So I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to repot it. I'm not going to do anything else with it, but try to find a dish for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that one back on the shelf to keep, I don't want anything to happen to these blooms, and I'm kind of paranoid about it. So I'm going to go ahead and put her back right now. There, she's safe and sound back on the shelf. Okay. This one, this is a fun little story. So this is my Hoya caudata big green leaves. And this one I got, is that a mealy? It is. Go away. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. It's the only one I see, though. We're going to check her. Okay, I think we're okay. Anyway, this one I got about a year and a half ago-ish from Crystal Star Nursery. And this one was a lesson in patience. And it started declining. So I put it in I took cuttings because the plant started to decline. And that's when, you know, when we talk about like plant insurance and stuff like that, that's a great scenario for something like this. So if a plant starts to decline, take a cutting or 2 or 3 or however many you can and put them aside. That way, if the plant takes a nosedive, then you've still got some of that plant left behind. So that's what I did with this one, and thank goodness I did. I put it in my greenhouse downstairs in my Mars Hydro Grow tent, and for quite some time, I just kind of like babied it, and it struggled, and then it finally started growing again, and now we have this whole new growth point with these beautiful new leaves, and I am so happy. So this guy, in my experience, likes the higher humidity. So I think with this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put that in my little terrarium. I think he'll do really well in there, I hope. Yeah, so he's one that I really want to keep. The leaves get really, really cool, and these like big, and they have this really cool edge on them. It's kind of furry and almost like jagged, I want to say, sort of, you know. Anyway, super cool little plant, and that one is a keeper, so we'll set that one over there. Okay, what do we want to do next here? So the next one is this one. I just got this from Paula. So this is a Hoya pubicalix pink splash, I'm gonna say, something like that. It's doing okay. The leaves aren't quite as green. I don't know. I think it's might be getting too much light. So I don't want to get rid of this one. I really like it. And, you know, like Paula gave it to me and it's pink. Not that you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. Hold on. Focus. You're not going to focus on me, eh? Well, that's fun. Okay. Anyway, the leaves have this really cool pink splashing on them. So I'd like to keep that one and see if I can get it to grow some new leaves. We've got this this stem on here, and it's tried a couple times to put out some new leaves to no avail, but it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that one. Where's your tray? There it is. Okay. Okay, next one. This thing, okay, I bought this quite a few years ago, probably 2 years ago maybe. And of course there's mealybugs all over it. I bought it in a 4-inch pot or maybe even a 6-inch pot, and I have really just struggled with it ever since. It is finally growing again, but it is literally covered in mealybugs. So, do I want to spend the time trying to get rid of them? Oh, sorry, it's a Hoya, oh my gosh. Hoya. I'll put it on the screen. Sorry, guys. I'm having a blonde moment here. Anyway, it's not that hard to find if I really wanted to get another one, which honestly I don't. So I think this one, I'm just going to cut my losses. I'm not going to struggle with trying to get rid of the mealies. To me, it's just not worth it. So this little guy is going to say goodbye. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. So he can go in there. Okay, the next one. Oh my God. Okay, I envy you people that can grow these big, beautiful Hoya polyneras, because this is kind of where mine's at. This is so sad looking. Let me get you up close so you can kind of see what I'm working with here. Okay, so we've got these 2 leaves. It finally grew a new little one. This is the first new leaf I've had on this thing, and I don't even know how long. And then it has another little one right here that just kind of tried and then went, I don't know. So let me just look. I don't see any pests on it at all of any variety, which is good. Just peek under there. Nope. She looks good. This is one of those ones that I really want to grow big and beautiful. I'm not ready to give up on this Hoya yet. So, and because it started growing a new leaf, I'm gonna keep trying. Now, I know that these don't like as bright light as most, and they do like to keep a little bit more on the moist side. So I have been following those instructions, and I think that's kind of what helped to grow that new leaf. So we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying with this one, against my better judgment, but it's gonna stay. So Hoya polynera is staying. Guys, so far I've only gotten rid of 1. 2. This is not, oh my goodness. Okay, next is this one. So this is my Hoya Caudata, no. Hoya, I'm having a moment. Oh, right, duh. Hoya parasitica heartleaf splash or something. I should have just read it off there. Hoya parasitica splash heartleaves. That's what I meant. I'm not getting rid of this one. I love this plant. I'm not loving the instability of this trellis that I made. So this guy, I might actually take it out of this pot in the next video, maybe repot it, and give that that trellis a little bit more stability, because it's not super stable right now. I also believe that I am giving this particular Hoya a little bit too much light. The leaves should be a bit darker of a green, and they're not right now. They're quite pale. Let's see if I can get you in to see that. Oh, see what I mean? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Can we see them? Not really. It's so dark. If I can't get it bright enough in editing, I'll just put a little photo in here of what I mean. This is, what was I thinking? What was I doing? I wasn't thinking. That's the problem. Okay. There we go. It's going to fall over again. Anyway, this one I'm definitely keeping. Love this guy. This one, and a lot of my other ones I got from, Plant Haven, Toronto. They have the coolest Hoyas. And when she found out that I was starting to get rid of my Hoyas, she's like, no, Nicki. And I'm like, I know. But you know, it's funny because all of the ones that she gave me, I'm keeping. So I think, yeah. So you guys picked good ones to send me because I love them all, including this one. So this one is a keeper. So we'll put that one aside. Oh boy. Okay, we're down to 4. Now, this one I got from Crystal Star Nursery in a big unboxing back when I got all the other ones. Wow, those cicadas are loud today. Sorry if you can hear that. This is a Hoya Matrata. This one I struggled with mealies really badly. And about 3 or 4 months ago, I gave it an absolute soaking with my spray and got rid of every single mealy bug. There's not a bug on it right now. It looks good. Wait, did I speak too soon? Nope. It's just dirt. Anyway, if I'm being honest with myself, and I kind of have to be at this point, I'm not super in love with this one. So this is probably one that I'm going to offer to a friend or, you know, trade for or something like that. Cause it's not doing it for me. So there she is. Again, hopefully you can see it. I mean, I think if I could get it to grow properly, if I had, you know, the time and the patience, it would be nice, but I just don't. So that's that one. So that's a giver. So we'll put that down in here. Oh, I also have the 2 over here that I set away from everything else. Okay, let's go with this one here. So this is the Hoya bengatensis or bengatensis. And I think I'm killing it. I don't see any pests on it or anything like that. And I don't think I've actually had any pests on this at all, ever. But it's not looking the best. And as much as I don't want to give up on it, again, I have to be realistic with myself and my capabilities and know when to just call it a loss. So this one I'm going to give to someone if they want it. They want to try to like recoup it or take cuttings or something like that, because I'm just not that into you, you know? So that's a giver. Okay, so we're doing a little bit better here. Okay, this one. This is my Hoya elliptica. It had mealybugs. I had taken it out of my cabinet because it was getting too much light in my cabinet. And since I took it out of my cabinet, it has just continued to tank on me. So you can see that I've got all these dead leaves. There's, oh, and that one. There is more dead leaves, more dead leaves. Do you see a theme here? I'm just going to throw those directly in the garbage. Okay, now, I like this plant. Okay, let's just say that. Let's grab the scissors. Let's clean her up first, and then we'll decide from there. This is gone. This is gone. This one's really gone. All right, this is what we have left. There's still lots of life left in these. They feel good. Like I said, oh no. mealies. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they are covered. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to take this and directly dump it into the garbage. Hoya elliptica is probably one that I can find easily. I know Paula has one of these, and if I begged her real nicely, if I really wanted another one, I could probably get one. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump that right into the garbage. Here we go. Hi, garbage. Garbage, meet Hoya. Bye. Okay. That's that one. All right. We're getting down the wire. Okay, now we officially have 3 left. We have these 2, and then we have this one. So along the same lines as the elliptica, this is my, oh, is this the sunrise? I can never tell. I can't remember the difference anymore. This has been struggling lately. It does have some mealies. Let me cut all this dead stuff off and see what we're left with after that. This has mealies and is dead, so we're gonna try to cut it off. Oh God. All right, let's take this over and immediately throw it in the garbage as not to contaminate anything else. All right, what else we got here? All right, so of what's left, I can see a couple mealy bugs. Not a ton. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a really good spray. I'm gonna take my Q-tip and I'm gonna get off the ones that I can see and then just give her a good soak. I really do like this plant. It's absolutely beautiful. Once it gets growing and sun stresses, it's gorgeous. I can't remember whether this is the Obscura or the Sunrise. Potato, potato, they're fairly similar. I just don't remember which one this is anymore. And I can't even tell you where my other one is. I think it might be down in my greenhouse maybe. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. I think I'm going to keep this portion of it, give her a good clean, and cross my fingers because I really do like that Hoya. All right. Last but not least are these 2. This one is the Hoya Crinklate. It is covered in mealy bugs and I'm over it. This has so many mealy bugs and they are ginormous. So this is another one that I'm not even going to think a whole lot about, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to dump it in my garbage. Sorry, not sorry, guys. Hello, garbage. Have another Hoya. Just dump you right in there. There we go. Goodbye. Bye, Felicia. Okay. So there's that one taken care of. And last but not least is this cutie. So this is the very first, I believe this is the very first Hoya I ever purchased, or one of the first. Anyway, this is, sorry, I'm having a moment here. This is a Hoya Crimson Queen. And this I struggled with. What is that? Oh, what is that? I don't even know. This I struggled with not thrips, goodness, sorry, mealy bugs for a long time, and it looks like it still has mealy bugs. Hoya Crimson Queen is one that I can find anywhere for fairly cheap, so I'm going to take this and just dump it directly in the garbage because I'm over it. Okay. I hear you all screaming at me. I'm sorry, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to cut your losses and know what your capabilities are, what you want to make time for, and what you don't want to make time for. And with the size of collection I have, I just don't want to make time for this stuff. So this guy needs a good spray. So let's set him in there. Where'd I put my, there it is. Let's give her a good spray down here first. Get behind all the leaves. And I think this is the part of plant care that, and pest management, that some people struggle with. When you're dealing with any kind of pest, it's not a one and done. I've had people message me say, like I sprayed it really well and everything, and I did this, you know, and it's still not done. I'm like, pest management is not a one and done situation. Pest management is an ongoing, if you have plants, you need to do it all the time kind of thing. So it's, if you can't commit to that, you know, you either have to get comfortable with the fact that your plants have pests and just, you know, live with that and then have a bunch of plants die or whatever, or not do the greatest, or you need to resign yourself to the fact that you're going to be doing ongoing pest maintenance for the entire duration of your plant parent life, basically. So I've said it in a lot of videos, and I'll say it again in this one, is that I treat my plants usually every time I water them. I go through, and if I see an issue, I'll deal with it. Or if I have ones that I know are an issue, like an ongoing issue, such as my, thank you phone, such as my Philodendron verrucosum. It is notorious. Thank you, hiccups. Anything else? My Philodendron verrucosum is notorious for getting spider mites. So every single time I water it, I treat that plant. I give it a spray down, and that has been the only thing that has saved that plant. And it's finally really doing well now that I've been, you know, on top of it. So you just really have to decide what your plant goals are, and if you've got the time for that. And if you don't have the time to do something like that, then maybe, you know, just pare down your collection a little bit. Don't overwhelm yourself. Plant care and plant parenthood is supposed to be fun and a relaxing hobby, and if you're really stressing out about it, you know, you have to take some steps to change that and make it easier for yourself so that you're not stressed and this isn't a non-fun hobby any longer. Anywho, sorry about my TED Talk. So that's, oh my goodness, that's pretty much all of the plants. So we have separated out. I have decided we are getting rid of, let's look here. So this is the Hoyas that we're getting rid of. So the Hoya matrata, the Hoya vegetensis, this one is going in the garbage. I'm not even really sure why I said that in there. And the Hoya australis. Was that it? Oh, and then we threw some out, right? Okay, so I mean, we got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not bad. Between, you know, the garbage and giving them away. That's okay. I think the rest of what I have are ones that I really enjoy, that I really like, that I watch for new leaves or new growth or blooms or whatever. And I'm okay with where I'm at. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Maybe this was a little bit shorter of a video. It was really just kind of like Hoya care and deciding what we're going to do going forward. And then in part 2 of this video, we're going to go ahead and put them into the situations that they're going to be in. So some of them we're going to combine pots. Some of them we're going to put into my terrarium. And some of them we're just going to kind of change up, and some of them we're just going to leave as is, cross our fingers and pray to God something good happens. So that's where we're leaving it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was not originally what we were gonna do. And probably, and also not what my intro said, because I actually did film this intro a couple weeks ago in preparation to do this video, but know that the second half of this video will be that terrarium, the whole terrarium situation. So I am sorry, this is a hot mess. This seems to be like a theme the last couple of videos. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I know I have a lot of people who really like Hoyas and are disappointed that I'm kind of leaning away from them a little bit more, but I have to be honest with myself, and I know what I like, and I have to I have to do what I love, and I have to keep what I love. So I'm just rambling. Okay. Thank you guys so much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. If you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help for my channel, and I really do appreciate it. If you're not yet, please go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram account. We have a good time there. I post updates and photos all the time and just random things that happen to me or whatever. Anyway, it's a fun, or at least an okay time over there. So go follow me over there. I would love to have you join the crew on Instagram. I hope you have an amazing and wonderful day, night, week, month, and year. I love you all to bitty bits. Love you all to bitty bits. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah!